Good morning and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be testing out this solar powered 4G router from Amazon. Okay, so this is it. It's quite a heavy little beast. It's got little places in here to put your SIM card in there, and then on this side I think it is, yep, you've got a charging port for if it's flat, and then an on-off switch. Now this is a 12 watt power solar panel apparently. It's running on Wi-Fi 6 and it's supposed to have 150 metre range. We shall see. So in a minute we'll jump into this. We'll test the range with a Wi-Fi security camera and also some Wi-Fi switches I'm going to use to actually switch on and off the irrigation system here on the farm. But first let me give you a quick bit of background on why we've finally arrived at this point here and see how that aligns with your personal circumstances. So all this land here I originally used as actually a breaker's yard for breaking vehicles and selling the spare parts, and as a stack yard for building materials. Every single level was taken up with it. Now I've done with all that now, and we gradually turned it back to agriculture and build our sort of olive farm here. But at the time we had a hell of a lot of problems with theft. You can imagine now cars running lying around for spare parts. Now, I knew I needed a sort of a security system of some sort, but back in the day, it was really limited what you could do. I planned to actually put a battery, a router, and have an internet connection done with a provider, you know, setting up here, and then using some security cameras from that. So it would have been some wide security cameras back then, but it never really happened. It was a lot of work. And then it started to trickle down in the market as time went on. We started to get sort of the 4G routers, and then we got the 4G cameras coming out, and that was where I, you know, sort of flicked the switch and thought, yeah, we'll go for one of those. That would be the quickest, easiest solution. A self-contained 4G solar camera, you know, that will just work on its own. I don't have to do any of the other stuff, and that's what we used. And this is what you can see behind me here. And that camera up there worked pretty well for about 3 years, and then we started to have problems with it. It got a bit buggy. It wasn't recording onto the SD card. I was having to take it down, switch it on and off and reboot it, you know, sort of manually to cut the power to it, and then it'd be all right for a while and have problems again. So we've actually got to the time now where I was looking back and thinking, well, yeah, I need to replace that camera, but do I really want to go the 4G route again? I would like another camera nearer to the gate. That's sort of right over there, over near the gate there, because I had a lorry back into the chain and brake it, and I caught it on camera, but I couldn't read the registration. I couldn't even read the logos on the side, so it was a bit pointless. I thought it might be nice to have a camera a bit nearer the gate to monitor it there. So I thought, once you've got past one 4G camera, it's not worth doing it that way, because otherwise you're going to have separate contracts, separate SIMs for each individual camera, and that's the point where you're better off setting up your, you know, your 4 or 5G router and then attaching your security cameras by Wi-Fi. But that still led us back to the problem of the, you know, the battery, and then the 5G, you know, router, and also then the solar panel and the solar controller all need to be mixed in. Then I started to see the solar power routers coming in, and that really took my notice. Saved to my watch list for future reference and check it out. And they came on AliExpress. Run it by AI, did some troubleshooting, found they weren't going to be up to the job, but then it suggested this one from Amazon, and that's where we're at today. So what we're going to do, we're going to see the lorry over there in the distance. That for one for a better place is where I plan to put the actual Wi-Fi router. Get it high up there, just below the top edge of it, so it's out of the wind. And then see if we can get connection with a camera over to this telegraph pole here, which is 60 metres. We're asking a lot, to be honest, but it's going to be up in the air, both the units, and also we haven't got any other Wi-Fi interference here. As you can see, there's just nothing here. So we'll have to see how it goes. Okay, so I've just put that up there, as you've just seen, just with a block lent up. I don't see any point in fixing it, you know, there permanently until we find out that it's actually going to be the correct place. We may have to rethink our strategy later. Okay, so for the purposes of this test, we're going to be using this Amman solar powered camera. If it works, I shall use one of these over next to the router, which is that point south, and then the one behind me here, this actually pointing north, so I'll have to buy the model of this with a separate solar panel so I can put the solar panel around the other side of the post. Now these are excellent cameras. They cost anything between 38 and sort of 56 euros, depending on what time of year you buy them and whether they're in the sales or whatever. Now they're cheap, but they're certainly not rubbish, and I thoroughly recommend these cameras. I use these on my motorhome, and they're particularly good because what they have is this separate mount, and you can screw that onto the side, widen these holes slightly in here because it's not really designed for coming on and off all the time, and the camera just clips into it. Sort of just goes sort of in like that and clips in. It makes it very good for when you want to move on the motorhome. You know, you just quickly get the steps up, grab your camera off and move, and then as soon as you get where you're going, you just jump back out again and clip it back up again. Excellent for motorhomes. Where can you get motorhome security of this quality for 38 to 56 euros? And these cameras are absolutely fully loaded. They do absolutely everything. It's got a siren, it's got floodlights, and it's all fully customizable, so you can switch it all off. You can block out zones, you name it, it can do it. The only thing it doesn't do is track. Anyway, enough on the camera. Let's get on and see what sort of range we can get from this. Okay, so we're about halfway between the post and the actual router now, and that appears to be working. I'm not sure where well it's going to work, but yeah, from there we're looking okay. So that's travelled a bit further down here towards the post. Okay, so trying here. It's working, but there's a delay. I'm just going to try and pan it round. Yeah, a little bit of a delay there. It's moving in afterwards, the picture's catching up. So still usable, still worth doing, and bearing in mind, you know, it's only quickly to check it or record everything anyway. Let's go up to the post and see how we're getting on. Okay, and that's working. Oh, that's pretty good, and almost in real time. So I'm thinking by the time we get it right there at the top of the post and to the router over there, I think we'll be fine. I think that'll work fine. So okay, we can move on to the next stage, I think, and get the router put on. But I think what we'll do first is we'll go and try our Wi-Fi switch. Okay, so this is my setup just for testing purposes at the minute. This is a 2-year 4-channel Wi-Fi switch, and basically you've got the 4 separate channels. That means from here I can power 4 individual irrigation valves that I can switch on and off remotely with this device. Like I say, it's just mated up to a motorcycle battery for quick use. So what I'll do is I'll take you down to the irrigation pit, where the switches are housed, and we'll just leave that there and see if we can get it to work again from the phone. Okay, so this is our solar powered irrigation system. I did a video on this, probably did 2, maybe even 3 years ago on this, and I've done a few upgrades since. So what I am going to do after this video is do a new video on this with the upgrades. I've upgraded the valves. We're going to lose all these timers in there, which will simplify the thing no end. But also, because the trees are getting bigger and we're having to do the watering more frequently and for longer periods of time, this solar panel no longer copes with it, and that's what these 2 trenches are here. We're going to put a bigger solar panel on here and wire that in. So next video after this, I won't dwell on it today. We've just put that Wi-Fi switch down there, so a bit further down the bank, if I pan up here, you can see just about see the router on the corner there. So let's test to see if we've got it. Okay, we're into the app. I'll scroll down, and irrigation. Not sure if I heard that. Let's have a... it's not on. Okay, helps if you switch it on. Okay, let's try again. Okay, and that's working as well. And because that's down behind the bank, it hasn't even got direct line with the router, but it's still working. That will be fitted in this box, and you probably can't see the angle on the camera, but this actual box has direct line of sight with the router. Because this box is plastic, hopefully it's not going to block it as much as, say, a metal one would do. Okay, so there's our irrigation box there, and there's the router at the top. I think in the interest of being thorough on this and trying to establish the actual range of the camera, and I think maybe we should take the camera right down to the bottom, try and get clear line of sight, and then right up sort of over the top there to the main gate and see if the camera still works. Okay, and we're down the bottom, and yeah, it's yeah, it is doing it, but it's struggling. There's a delay, and if you just turn around and show the viewers the we're quite a way down here now, and we've got a bit of bank in the way and tree in the way. Yeah, so it doesn't work at this point. So let's just go and try at the top of the gate. Okay, so we're at the top near the gate. Ideally, the best place to put a post, you know, and the camera would probably be around here. But you just know with it in the centre here, it's going to be in the way at some point. So maybe we could try the wall over there. We can see the router over on the corner of the lorry. So I'm just going to quickly try it now. I'll pass you on to Anthea. Okay, that's a no just there. So I think we'll go and try up on top of the wall there. Okay, so we're up on the wall. Let's give it a test. It's there. Yep, and it's moving. Little bit of a delay, but that's another option. Okay, let's try right over by the fence. Okay, and we're right over by the edge of the fence on the edge of the property. Not a great view from here, but probably be okay on a pole. But no, we have nothing because we haven't got direct line of sight. Let's try a little bit further forwards. Now it's working. Okay, so I think that decides it. I don't know if you can see right over there on the corner is the old camera. So we'll mount one camera there. Temporarily, I'll mount another one because we're going away at the end of the year, right next to the router on the edge of that old lorry there. But I think at a later date, that one over there, we may move onto this wall here. If we sort of put it right up against the wall here, that gives us a really good view of the gateway. Basically, it's going to give us a full view sort of all the way from here, all the way round, and back to here, and it'll give me the added bonus because I'll be able to see whether the trees are watering or not as well, and if there's a problem with the watering and the irrigation whilst we're away. Okay guys, so I think we're going to wrap that video up there. For those of you interested in which SIM I use, which network, I use a Simios SIM. In my opinion, that's the best SIM for Spain for two main reasons. Firstly, it doesn't matter where you go in Spain, you get good reception. North, east, south, west, no matter where I drive my RV, my motorhome, you know, I always have enough reception for us to stream movies, so that's pretty good. The second reason is it's very flexible in the app with the tariffs. I mean, if we go up to northern Spain for a month, I can pay 17 euros and get 300 gigabytes for the entire month. That means uploading videos and that sort of thing, more than enough. And if I'm just going away for a weekend, I just pay 2 euros and get 10 gigabytes, you know, for a long weekend. So it's incredibly flexible and you can change it. And if you don't use it for a few months, so don't cut your number off, you know, there's none of that nonsense. So I think I should probably do a more detailed video on that in the future for people actually come down for sort of 90 days down to Spain. I keep on seeing them, oh yeah, you can use this Saily, you can use these virtual SIMs. Forget about that. Buy a Spanish SIM as Simio, you'll get a lot better value for money. But I'll go more into detail on that on a future video. Also, the video that's going to follow this will be the upgrades on the irrigation system. So if you're particularly interested in an off-grid irrigation system, please hit that like and subscribe button. When that comes up, obviously that will come instantly on your feed and you'll be able to watch that. So all that remains is to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.